other's side. Misfortune will never daunt us, for we are young and the world is wide.
How to play the piano, and I guess being musical, I was sort of gifted in terms of being able to play well, you know. But I still had a much stronger interest in composing than in practicing, you know, all the classical pieces. I hear music all the time, you know. I hear it in my head, and I did a number for a long time. I went around the outports in Newfoundland, the small communities, and I went collecting, I guess you'd call it, but I never did use a tape recorder. I always learned the songs of the older people, and that's a wonderful way to compose, because you're set with a tune which never has had any music, so you write arrangements, you know, around the tune itself, and a lot of my writing has been that way, you know, and all the same with the theater stuff, you know, you have words that are set, and you just write music and write, you know, whatever the words say to you, you translate them into music, and that's basically what I do. I'll hear something in my head, and I'll arrange it, and gradually different parts will come to me in my head, and then I'll sit down at the piano and try to get what I'm hearing down on the piano or on the guitar, but most of my composing I do on the piano. And then just work on it and arrange it, and sometimes it takes a long time, you know. Sometimes if I conceive a tune, you know, maybe it's years later before I'll actually sit down and learn how to play it, you know. Lady Margaret was sitting by her window one night when a knock came on the door. Lady Margaret arose to see what it was. It never was seen anymore. Oh, is it my aged father, she said, or is it my brother John? Or is it my own true love from Scotland lately gone? I'm not your aged father, he said, and I'm neither your brother John, but I am your own true love from Scotland lately gone. Did you bring to me any piece of gold? Did you bring to me any ring? Did you bring me any token at all that a true love ought to bring? I brought to you no piece of gold, and I brought to you no ring, but I brought to you the winding sheet that I was buried in. She tucked her petticoats in so tight, she tucked them around her knees, over hills and dales on a dark stormy night, in a dead man's company. They ran till they came to the old churchyard, where the grass was growing high. Here is my bed, Lady Margaret, he said, and the place where I got to lie. Is there any room at your head, she said? Is there any room at your feet? Is there any room at your left-hand side that I might lie and sleep? My father's at my head, he said.
said, my mother is at my feet. There's 3 white hounds at my left-hand side that keeps me from my sleep. One is for my drunkard, he said, and one is for my pride. The other is for a fair lady, stays out so late by night.
I always sang. I sang in church choirs, and I sang for plays. You know, I used to write songs and sing them in the plays. And I never ever considered myself a singer. That kind of evolved, you know, just from being involved in music and being able to carry a tune, I guess. And as you sing professionally, your voice gets stronger and you get more control, and you know, it just evolves basically.
It was of a young maiden who lived all alone. She lived all alone on the shore. Oh, there was nothing she could find for to comfort her mind but to roam all alone on the shore. Shore, 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 but to roam all alone on the shore. It was of a young captain who sailed the salt seas. Let the winds blow high and blow low, low. I will die, this young captain did cry, if I can't get that maid from the shore. Shore, 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 if I can't get that maid from the shore. I have lots of silver, I have lots of gold, I have lots of costly ware. Oh, I'll divide with my jolly ship's crew, if they'll row me that maid from the shore. Shore, 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 if they'll row me that maid from the shore. After long persuadance they got her on board. Let the winds blow high and blow low, low. Where she sang so sweet, so neat and complete, she sang captain and sailors to sleep. Sleep, 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 she sang captain and sailors to sleep. La, 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 she robbed him of silver, she robbed him of gold, she robbed him of costly ware, oh, and she stole his broadsword instead of an oar. She paddled her way to the shore. Shore, 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 and she paddled her way to the shore. My men must have been crazy, my men must have been mad, my men must have been deep in despair, oh, for to let her go away with her beauty so gay, to paddle her way to the shore. Shore, shore, ended her labours, she came there her buckets to fill. Her buckets she lowered in the fountain, not counting the moments being past. Smiling I gazed all upon her, she laid down her buckets at last. I said, now my handsome young fair one, why is it you're out in the dawn? Just give me one drink of cold water before I go out on the lawn. My heart it sank low in my bosom, I thought I was losing my mind. I cried, won't you marry and save me? I'll die if you prove so unkind. She said, now my handsome young rover, no longer need each roam alone. Here is my hand, now embrace it, gladly with you I will roam. So the priest he came up in the steamer, with colors flying high from the mast. He joined this young couple in wedlock, tied up the knot firm and fast. So now this young couple are married, as happy